wonderful, life-changing transformation for me. It's been somehow that's what God does. And then I see that every day in this organization as well, because it's not just about families that come here and they get
Barrett, Fox Habitat with us, and Jeff, it's probably CEO and other hats. Jeff, you wear a lot of hats there at Foxville. And we have a lot of good articles on Habitat at our XPian news site, and just looking at that, our friend does a lot of writing out and is really good at that. So Al is, we thank you quite a bit. So I thank Jeff for being with us here, and welcome, Jeff. And, we're hoping I'm getting feedback, guys. And if there's feedback, pray it away. We're just excuses on this feedback if we have some here. Jeff's got the title of CEO, and he's doing a lot of things. Jeff, you want to give us a little background on how you got involved with Habitat and about the Foxville Habitat, a little background on both?
Yeah, sure. Fox Valley Habitat for Humanity, of course, is affiliated with Habitat for Humanity International, and we do affordable housing. We build affordable housing for working families, and that's really the key, is that we aren't giving houses away. What we do is give a hand up to folks, not a hand down. We kind of give them the opportunity. They're working families. They couldn't go out and get a normal mortgage, so they come to us. We can build them a new house or rehab a house so it's like brand new, and then they get a mortgage. It's generally no interest mortgage at only 30% of whatever their income is. So we keep it at a rate that's very affordable for them. We don't really do houses for anybody outside of the 60% of median income range. It's usually 30 to 60%, and most of our families, quite honestly, are 30 to 50%. So think of what the average person is making, and these families are making 50%, and they're working hard. They just could never afford a conventional mortgage. So that's what Habitat's all about. That's the mission, because when you do that, you're building stability for their lives, you're building financial equity, and you're really building emotional equity as well. And one of the things we're proudest of here is that our families, really only one of our families have ever gone to college, their parents, but all their kids are going to college, and that's great. That means there's a success that's happening there. So anyway, that's what Habitat for Humanity does. It's a Fox Valley Habitat. We build in Aurora, Montgomery, North Aurora. We have our first house going up in Batavia next spring. We're starting that. So we build in this area, build those homes, and we select the families. We're looking for families right now, as a matter of fact. And I know I'm doing a lot of talking here, but I get passionate about the organization. I started with the organization 23 years ago. I had a regular job, and a pretty decent job, but I felt called. And John, I knew you, right, over at First Press, right? We knew each other. And we just kept, when I was there, I started a men's group there, and I started Bible study for about 4 years with some men, and I was just really fed by that, really started reading scripture over and over again, and God touched me. He told me to leave the job I was in, and I didn't even have another job. And within a few months, I was with Fox Valley Habitat for Humanity as their executive director, and believe it or not, I was pastoring a church too. So I've been doing those two things ever since for 23 years and have been blessed by that. It's been a wonderful, life-changing transformation for me. It's been somehow that's what God does. And then I see that every day in this organization as well, because it's not just about families that come here and they get a home and the excitement about helping to build that home, because they put in sweat equity on helping to build these houses, and working with Habitat at fundraiser events and that type of thing. They have to put in somewhere around 350 to 500 hours of sweat equity, depending on the family. And so they are not only getting a house, they're paying for a house with a mortgage with no interest, but they're also helping to build the house. And they take great pride in it because of that. There's a lot of people, we move into a neighborhood and they'll say, oh, we don't want a Habitat house here because they're not going to take care of it. And what they're thinking of is low income housing. They're thinking of Cabrini Green or Robert Taylor Homes or something like that. And a Habitat for Humanity is a single family home. It's not a multiple living situation. It's single family home. And these families take pride in it and they take care of their homes. And it's also part of the covenant in the mortgage they get with us too. So it's really great for us, and my life has been changed and families' lives have been changed. And since I've been here, when I came on, I think we had about 8 houses built. Now we have we're working on our 69, 70, and 71 houses. Okay. So we've been very successful. We can always do more. We always need more houses, and so we're excited about that. As a matter of fact, we'll be one of the houses of faith build. John, you'll be interested in this. And a lot of the churches in the community have gotten together over the last 5 years and built a house every year, just from their funding, working in conjunction with Thrivent Financial International, who gives about half the funds, and then all the churches in the area meet the funds to build that house. So it's an incredible opportunity, and we've seen the faith community really step up in this Aurora area, in this Fox Valley area, and make a difference for families. So this year we have a new family who's going to be getting a faith-built house. That house is in the final stages. We're actually starting to put flooring and trim work in, and kitchen cabinets and that type of thing. So that family will be in before Thanksgiving. So that's exciting. And we got a couple other houses we're working on as well.
I know you're working on some houses, and I see what my feedback problem is here, Jeff. It's on my end, I think. But you have a couple of things. You have a couple of houses you're working on right now, right?
Yeah, we have the Faith Build house, and then we have another house that's sponsored by Oxford Bank and Trust and Euclid Insurance. It's actually a duplex, so 2 houses in one. And it's kind of an interesting design because, think of an average duplex, they're side by side, right? And so you think that sound can go through. Well, we actually designed this so that it's separated with a courtyard in between. So it's really kind of quite exciting. Yeah, I think that's a picture of the guys on the roof. You got it right there.
That's that company was on the roof for you. You had a company helped out with roofing there, right?
We had a company help out with the roofing, and Certainty GAF provided all the shingles for it. And Shock is the name of the guy, and his company provided all the roofing, all the free labor, all the shingles and everything. It was great. And that's what those guys are doing. They did that over a course of 3 days for us at no charge. But that was actually 2 houses they were basically doing because it was a duplex.
Oh,
and if you go out there, you'll see it looks like 2 houses too, separated they're just joined in the back by a garage, basically, by 2-car garages on both sides. So it's exciting. It's the first duplex we've ever done, and the property happened to be zoned for that. And the city has been great working with us on it as well. As a matter of fact, this lot came from the city. We didn't have to buy it. The city of Aurora, through a program called the Blighted Reduction Program, they actually provided that lot to us. The city of Aurora has been a great partner with Fox Valley Habitat for Humanity.
I want to ask, how are they designed? Do you design them, or do you have Habitat people that do that? How does that work?
The design is done by an architect. We've had several architects over the years, but always with our input. And we try to keep them as simple as possible, yet workable as possible. We like to have as open as we can, but also certain things like plumbing. If you have your HVAC, your water heater, because both of those need water, right? They need plumbing. Your washer and dryer, and your bathrooms. There's a way to design these houses so that plumbing is basically in one common wall. And by doing that, you really reduce the cost significantly from a design standpoint, yet you can still have a very attractive design in the house. So we always are looking for cost savings, and that's one of the things we do. The only plumbing that has to be separate when we design it that way is the kitchen. Otherwise, everything else is kind of in the common wall, and makes a difference. And we always, we always do at least a one-car garage attached, but sometimes, there might be a two-car attached or a two-car detached garage, depending on the area it's in and what the city codes are requiring. But yeah, we have a lot of input on the design, but our architects are great. Right now, Gregory Norris out of Batavia is our architect and does an outstanding job for us.
Now, do these houses have basements, or not basements?
Yeah, no, we've only built one house with a basement, unless it's been a rehab. A couple of our rehabs have had basements.
You have done some rehabs.
We have done probably 13 rehabs. And some of our rehabs have been in crawls. Some of them have had basements. From a new construction standpoint, we only did one with the basement. Okay. We generally don't do basements because we're building living quarters, not place for storage. The other thing is that basements always have water problems. I hate to say this, and I know there's lots of great companies out there who deal with it, but they always have water problems.
Oh, thank you for telling me that.
Yeah. We're giving our families an opportunity to have a home that they can maintain.
But that basement is a place where you can just be, well, we won't talk what we can store down there, but
you can store everything, but we don't want to add cost to the family.
No, you don't need that. Yeah. I don't know if you were involved with Habitat. I remember my friend Ortiz, Rigo, Roy, had Habitat house. It's a long time ago, though.
Here's a funny story about that. A route right across from.
It's by Gerhardt. Mike Gerhardt's house.
Yeah, Mike Gerhardt, right by Mike Gerhardt's, right. His daughter got a house from us. Believe it or not, about 3 years ago.
Gerhardt's daughter?
No, well, kind of.
Yeah,
Gerhardt's
daughter married Ortiz, so there's
right, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
But I remember that house that it was, I think that was a new house. That wasn't a rehab.
Yeah, that was a new one. That was just before my time.
Okay.
Just before I started. Yeah.
Okay. I just was wondering. I know it was a little while ago, so time goes by here, Jeff. Time goes by.
Well, it was a while ago because their daughter got one of our houses a couple years ago.
Okay.
She has 2 great kids, and it's wonderful.
Yeah. So
she's a hard worker.
Now you're coming to Batavia. Now is there a Tri-City Habitat, or how does that work? Or what would you say?
There's actually 2 Habitat for Humanities in the Fox Valley. One's called Northern Fox Valley Habitat for Humanity, and we're Fox Valley Habitat for Humanity. And we kind of split our territory. They take from Route 38 north. We take Route 38 south.
Okay, so you're getting Batavia and Geneva, some of Geneva,
yeah. However, these houses, there's 4 houses in Batavia, and like I said, we're starting one of those in the spring. But we called Northern Fox Valley Habitat in to help work on that. I mean, they're taking a couple of the lots as well. So it's a matter. We decided that we're different affiliates, but we also work together a lot. We want to be partners. We all have the same mission, right?
Right.
And so we have Northern Fox Valley Habitat. We're working together on those lots in Batavia.
So you go a little south too. You said Montgomery. Do you go into Kendall or not?
Yeah. Well, no, Kendall County is ours. Haven't had much luck building in Kendall County, although we're looking at a project in Yorkville 2022 wise.
Okay. Now, I want to have you, I've put up this on the website, and I think I know who this lady is, but I'm not 100% sure. I did, because Al didn't give me any name here. I think it's a Batavia lady. I would say Jamie, but I don't know if that's the right person. I'm just throwing that out.
I can't see it very well. I'm sorry.
There's maybe a little bigger. But
Well, that's
anyway,
one of our volunteers. Yeah, it's one of our volunteers from the Women Build, and I'm not sure who it is offhand.
I got a feeling it's my Batavia person, because I think she was involved.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. I just look like her, but I'm not gonna say more here. But anyway, you had some women building, and you've had different things like that. It's sort of interesting to have. I got some pictures on the website on that.
Yeah, we had, it's funny with the COVID thing. All volunteering is pretty much stopped. We have regular volunteers that come up to the build sites. We had a big women build planned in May, the first two weekends in May, actually. And, the COVID kind of quashed that. I mean, we probably had 60, 70 women scheduled to come. All of them were doing peer-to-peer fundraising, and it was a big event. And then the pandemic happened in March, and really all of that shut down. So we did it again in August. We didn't have anywhere near as many people because they don't feel comfortable coming out yet, and I certainly agree with that. But we probably had 5 people a day for 3 days come out, and that was nice. But it's kind of a prelude, because next spring, I tell you, we're going to go gangbusters on the Women Build, and the women are already getting excited about coming back and doing it. And the Women Build is just what it is. They take 4 or 5 days, and they come out and they do all the building. We have a couple of our leaders who may be guys teaching them, but everyone else building on those sites that day is women, and it's framing and putting in windows and all kinds of difficult work that's going on, and they just have a blast, and they get a lot done. I would say a couple of years ago, we had a group come out. We must have had 30 women on the site. We were framing it. They put the guys to shame. So
now, with this COVID, 19 being out there, you've sort of said that might have set back some things. Are your projects going to be done by winter, or how does that go? What's your timeline on your projects that you have right now?
Yeah, it's put behind one of them. The Faith Build House is behind a little bit, but not much. We normally have our Faith Build House done by mid-December every year. We'll meet that and probably beat that this year, so we'll be fine on that. But the duplexes, we're running behind because we usually have big groups, especially in the summer, come out. Probably 2 big groups every weekend, every Thursday, every Saturday. We have these groups come out. 10, 12 people, and we get a lot done. And this year we just couldn't do that. Even though we had certain procedures in place, groups don't feel comfortable coming out. And we were trying to, even our lease supervisors wanted to make sure they're comfortable. We had procedures in place where tools were wiped down and everybody had to wear masks and gloves. We had all of that, all of those items and everything in place. But we had sanitation stations everywhere. But at the same time, people aren't at that level of comfort yet. So we're a little behind on the duplex. But the thing is, we'll have it enclosed before winter. Normally, we would have had it done by January, so we might not get it done till March. But because it's enclosed, we'll be able to work on it during the winter as well.
Right. You just got it. You got the roof up, as they say, so you're in good.
Yeah, right. So, windows and doors and siding will be going up in the next 3 weeks. So we'll be
inside can come later, but you just got to get enclosed.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Maybe you don't need even the heating yet, but you just get enclosed, definitely.
Yeah.
Now, there's another thing that you did a few, I forgot, it's about 2 weeks ago, maybe now or 3. You had your car show.
Yes.
And that was sort of a
That was
sort of a little kickoff of your new site, right? Restore site.
Yeah. So a Restore is a resale store. You can call it a thrift shop, if you will, but it's a much different thrift shop than some of the others you go to. We'll carry all of the furniture and home good items, and right now we have a ton of furniture in there. We aren't opening yet until September 25th officially. We're doing all the prep and setup work, but we have lots of product. But a Restore does more than that. We sell building materials and tools and kitchen cabinets and appliances and just odd end items. We got a bunch of saunas that brand new in boxes, believe it or not. They sell for $3,000 brand new, and we're in the process of pricing those now. And everything that we price in there, even if it's a brand new item, we price it at least 50% of whatever the cost is, and a lot of times lower. We price the merchandise to move. We price it to sell. You're always going to get a great deal there. And the Restore, like I said, is going to open September 25th. And what you're talking about in the car show, was I think we had about 75 cars. We were looking for like 150, but of course COVID scared a lot of people off on even bringing their cars as well. But it was a great event, and what you're seeing on the left-hand side there is a car that the landlord for the facility that we're renting for the Restore, which has 32,000 square feet, he donated that car to us and said, "Go ahead and auction it off and see what you can get for it." So we are selling tickets at $100 a piece, 400 tickets maximum. And if we sell less than that, doesn't matter. We're still auctioning off the car, but no more. So if you buy a ticket, you have at least a 1 in 400 chance, and probably better because we might not sell a whole 400 tickets. But all that money goes directly to help us fund the mission of the work that we're doing in Habitat for Humanity.
And then on the right at the bottom is the winner of, one of the winners, I should say. You have different segments. It's former police chief Powell, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, he won. Although not to disrespect the former police chief, but I'm telling you, there was a 1957 Corvette there that was pretty nice.
Okay. That's nice to hear. I want to put up a picture of the Restores. I didn't know she had two. I just saw this the other day. There's another shot of this, but I'm going to put this one up right now.
Sure.
This has only got one entrance, but I know you have more than one entrance maybe on that store. I saw you had another Restore sign. Restore signs. That's what I'm saying. Up at the place.
Yeah, the whole building is 32,452 square feet. But there's actually two sides to the building. Anybody who remembers, this is on the corner of Orchard Road and Indian Trail Road. You will remember it as an Office Depot and as a Party City. That was in those two sides of that building. They've been gone for a few years. And so we've actually taken both sides of the building. One side is going to be furniture and home goods items. The other side is going to be everything else: appliances, kitchen cabinets, flooring. You wouldn't believe how much flooring we have. Carpet, crazy. A landlord should be coming to see us. Tools, windows, doors, all building material products. So that other side will be that. So that's why there's actually two entrances. We will be breaking through in the middle so you can get from one side to the other once you're inside. But at least if I'm looking for furniture, right away to walk into that side. And if you're looking for building materials, you walk into the other side.
Nice.
So it is strange. You walk up and there's two signs, but they're listed kind of what's in each side. So
a few years ago, I went to the Restore there in New York, and on your East Side store, and you had Santa there, and I got to sit in his lap. Santa's lap. I don't know, and I got a picture with Santa.
I'm sure Santa appreciated that.
I think they gave out cookies. I forgot if they gave out a little food too, but anyway, I don't know why I was there that day, but I remember Santa there, and I thought that was nice. You had Santa. Well, you had the idea to take pictures with Santa idea, and
I think that's what it was. That was quite a while ago. I remember. That's not really our store. DuPage Habitat for Humanity runs that store. That's their store.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's in DuPage County.
Well,
so that's not our store. This is really our first store that we're opening.
Okay. But that's Aurora, but it's DuPage Aurora.
All the restores help the mission, so it does. It's great.
Okay, I did not. Anyway, that was
affiliate.
So.
Sorry, what?
That's one employee you can have as Santa, I guess. I don't know, but but you're asking. I don't have it in front of me here. Maybe you can explain a little. It's online at the website that I have, XPian.news, about volunteers. What's this? You need some volunteers for the store. Can you give a little?
Yeah, we're looking for volunteers for the store, and I know it might be the same thing as coming out and volunteering on the construction site as far as distancing, but there's ways to keep that. Everybody will be wearing masks. We're looking for volunteers who could be cashiers or just greeters when people walk in, guide them to where the different product is. We have staff too. It's not run by volunteers completely. We have a great staff over there. We have a new hired a store manager who started August 1st. We've got a great assistant manager named Sarah. General manager is Susan Stegeman. She's from this area. So is Sarah Chacon. She was in Florida for a while, but she's back up here. And we've got about 5 or 6 other staff members there now. We go out and we do pickups. The main thing these stores survive in is all the product is donated to us. So when you think of the money that we actually are able to sell the product for, which because it's donated, we sell it for the best price we can give it to you for. Give it not only fair, but more than fair. But then that money all goes directly to support the initial overhead. But anything above and beyond that goes to support building houses, to support the mission. And our projections show that by the 3rd year, that store will be able to support building probably 2.5 to 3 houses, just in the different more funding that they'll be able to bring in. So that increases us from building 3 or 4 houses a year to 7 houses, 6 or 7 houses a year. Think of that impact that can happen just because this store is there.
Well, that's awesome about that store, and so you can see more about.
Make a pitch here. You okay? And make a pitch. Donate. Call us. Go to our website.
That's what I was going to get to. That's the part I don't have any graphics on that, but we need to. You can look at my site too, and it shows going over to Habitat there, but you can put that in your Google engine. Habitat for Humanity. Get them. So we got to
do FoxValleyHabitat.org. It's real simple. FoxValleyHabitat.org.
Okay. Good.
Just go there and you can see what our mission is, but then you can also just look for a little restore tab. It'll tell you what's going on in the restore. And we have a fully developed restore website that'll be up September 1st. But right now you can go to our regular website, tell you what's going on at the restore. You can volunteer, you can donate. Right now, donations are huge for us. We go out 3-4 days a week at least to pick up product from people. Also, we're open Tuesday through Saturdays now, 9 to 5. You just drive around the back of the store and you can drop off any product you have. So we're there and ready to take your donations. So
that's good. Now, what's that website again? Let's hear that again. I want to hear that.
FoxValleyHabitat.org. FoxValleyHabitat.org.
Okay.
Right.
That's very good. It's very good. And so I want to thank Jeff for being with us here today. And I'm just going to put up a few more things here and we'll wrap this little guy up here. First, I'm just going to tell you about the opportunity for COVID testing here coming up tomorrow at First Presbyterian. There's going to be a drive-up opportunity at the Center, 60 South 4th Street. And that's tomorrow at First Presbyterian Church. And I'll just put this, see if I can get this up here. Oh, we got to take this down here. Yeah. I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, free testing. It's going to be also at Coward on Saturday. It's 9 to 5. It's free. You can walk up or drive up. That's how that's going to work. So it's tomorrow. And so I'll hopefully see you all on Friday. And we'll be doing more. And I thank Jeff for being with us. The time we had, and a blessing here to have you, Jeff. And
you too, John.
Yes.
Same to you, John. Hey, John, just thank you very much. You are a treasure in this community, and I hope people know that. You've been here for a long, long time, and you make a difference. So thank you.
Well, thank you for that. Thank you very much, Jeff. And now I'm just going to say, God bless you. Thank you, Jeff, again. And we'll say bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. God bless.